Red Dirt Roundup is made possible this week with the support of PlacesToRide.com, your guide to great places to go and things to do on a motorcycle. Submit your favorite ride at www.placestoride.com. And Borders Midtown Tulsa, located on 21st at Columbia. Borders Books and Music. It's all here.
Broadcasting a code through our microwave to your television at the line to pick up the mood.
The Pain County Film Festival and Red Dirt Roundup,
featuring Randy, Brumley, and friends.
Be the reach new heights with distinct technology that allows us to look inside your central nervous system and penetrate every fiber of your body and mind to affect your well-being. This effect is known as the Red Dirt Roundup.
This week we're coming to you live on tape from Borders Midtown in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Stay tuned, we got some great stuff coming up for you. We're going to interview Kelly Lamb from the band Carginagel, great Irish band. We'll also have an Ask Randy and other unexpected delights.
One of our regular features here on AgriCast is a visit from our technology guru, Chet Purvis. Good morning, Chet.
Good morning, Jack.
How you doing?
Just fine, and Dandy, how are you?
I'm just fine. Last week you showed us the benefits of mounting catfish heads on fence posts. What do you have for us this week?
Well, I know it's hard to top the catfish heads on the fence
yeah,
posts.
that was a classic.
That's a good one. But this week I have something new to show you. It's called a cellular telephone.
That thing there is a telephone?
Yeah.
I'll be darned. What can you do with it?
Well, you can call the feed store right from the tractor while you're in the South 40.
You can just call with that. Just
Yeah.
with that.
I got the feed store on my speed dial. I got my mom down at the beauty shop on here. That's two, and then my wife down tanning salon down there.
So why exactly do they call it a cellular phone?
Well, that's good. That's a good question. It's a cellular phone because it's micro-orgasm, and so.
Oh, like a little molecule or something.
Yeah.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
Well, how does it work? There ain't no wires on it.
Well, it beams off the man in the moon.
Oh, I'll be darned.
Yeah.
Huh. So it's space-age technology.
Oh,
is what
yeah.
you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
So NASA invented this type of thing probably, and so it's expensive. Ain't
Well, yeah, NASA had a lot to do with it.
How much does a phone like that cost?
Well, you know, about 100 years ago, one with this would have cost about $1 million. But now
Have they come down since
they've
then?
come down a lot. They're like now, you know, this is like, you know, you can buy these for like $40 a month, and
Is
you
that
call
right?
anybody you want.
That's incredible.
They're
So
really.
how far can you call? Call what, quarter mile away?
I'd call any county in Oklahoma.
Is that right?
Yeah.
With that little bitty phone?
Yeah, in this phone. Right,
Well,
this
that's
little
nothing.
phone.
Well, Chet, you've done it again. I'll tell you. I've never heard of such a thing. A cellular telephone. I'll tell you, farmers out there, I hope you're listening, because Chet's always got some good advice for you. Stay tuned to AgriCast. We'll be right back.
I'm Skip Purvis, owner of the Red Dirt Tan and Beauty Salon, Yale, Oklahoma. Now come on down to the Red Dirt Tan and Beauty Salon. This week's special is a Red Dirt facial for only $19.95, or if you prefer, a full body treatment for only $49.95. You ladies would love it when I rub that rich, creamy, warm, red dirt all over your body for the full treatment. Come on down to Red Dirt Tan Salon and enjoy some red dirt wine in our fine sauna. You can sit back and relax, enjoy the time, enjoy the wine, it's fine. And we're loving it. The Red Dirt Tan Salon and Beauty Parlor.
The Red Dirt Tanning Salon, 318 South Main in beautiful downtown Yale, America.
Hi, welcome to the Red Dirt Roundup. I'm Randy Brumley, and today we're talking to you from Borders here in the heart of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I have a special guest. Her name is Kelly Lamb. Welcome to the show, Kelly.
Thank you very much, Randy.
Glad you could make it. We're just hanging out here at Borders today, and you work here at Borders. And what's your job here at Borders?
I am the sales manager.
The sales manager. So you manage the sales. You make sure all the sales that come in are like, you make sure they're all managed.
It's a very nebulous and hard to pin down responsibility.
Yeah. Well, this is a funky store. I love the store. It seems like there's just an atmosphere about it. You know, it's just like, it's casual, it's fun. There's a lot of cool books and DVDs and CDs, and it seems like a lot of cool people hang out here.
We think so.
Is that because of you? Is it because they know
really.
that Kelly works here?
True.
You sell a lot of local records here?
We do. We sell a lot of local, more than I think anywhere else in town.
Who would be one of the more popular groups that you sell, or artists?
Right now, Mudville is going crazy.
Mudville?
It's a bunch of guys from bands that have been around in Tulsa for a long time who've come together to form a new project, and their CD's called Portico, and it just flies off the shelves.
And so you have a band yourself, right?
I do have a band.
Well, tell us about your band.
My band is called Giorno Gale, and we are an Irish band, although not like Larkin.
So how would you differentiate yourself from other Irish bands like Larkin?
We are traditional. We're a ballad band.
Okay.
And we do primarily all Irish traditionals, although we do some bluegrass and some more modern music as well, but it's mostly the Irish traditionals.
Okay. Are your songs sort of contemplative, sort of sad?
Some of them are, and then some of them are really silly and goofy, the Irish drinking songs, and so it's...
Do you play around town somewhere?
We play at Arnie's every Thursday. And
every Thursday?
Various and sundry venues, but that's our regular gig.
Tell me the name of the band again. I'm kind of slow. It's a long word.
It is. It's Irish. It's Giorno Gale.
Giorno Gale. Okay.
Giorno Gale.
Giorno Gale.
Carja. Na. Gale.
Gale.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 words.
Well, all right. Well, there you have it. Kelly Lamb from Borders. And we want to thank Borders at Midtown Tulsa for hosting this week's Red Dirt Roundup.
Proud to host it.
What happens in Tunica stays in Tunica.
What's this here?
Say fish, blah 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 blah, and you say fish, blah 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 blah. Say fish, say fish, blah 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 blah. Say blah 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 blah. Fish, blah 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 blah. Fish, say fish. Blah 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 blah.
That's Brandon Jenkins. Look, you never know who you'll meet at Borders. Hello. Brandon Jenkins. You know, Brandon Jenkins.
Being on the run is one thing I found. You don't miss the sun until the sun goes down. To get to heaven, well, I'll go through hell. I've learned my lessons. Yeah, I've learned them well. if I'm going down, I'm going down in flames. From this moment on, there ain't nothing gonna be the same. One thing's for certain, everybody's gonna know my name. So if I'm going down, I'm going down in flames. Climb a mountain, you've got to risk the fall. To make a difference, you got to risk it all. Just like an eagle, just spread your wings and fly. Well, ain't afraid to lose, ain't afraid to die. So if I'm going down, I'm going down in flames. From this moment on, there ain't nothing gonna be the same. One thing's for certain, everybody's gonna know my name. So if I'm going down, I'm going down in flames. If I'm going down, yeah, I'm going down in flames. From this moment on, there ain't nothing gonna be the same. If you've got the fire, yeah, I've got the gasoline. 'Cause if I'm going down, I'm going down in flames. And if I'm going down, I'm going down in flames.
Hi, I'm Byron Depew. I'm standing in a kitchen, and you're watching True Forensics, which is brought to you by the National Forensic League. Tonight we have the story of Milton Raffy and his blunt head trauma that semi-captivated a nation on a slow news day in September 2002 until something sexier happened. The case was known as a delivery or Giorno murder. Therefore, it's appropriate that I have come across a frozen pizza in a completely natural and unplanned manner. Because if you love cliches like I do, you know that revenge is a dish that's best served cold. Ice cold. I'm Byron Depew. I'm sitting on a couch. A few years ago, a Saugerties, New York man was beaten to death with a frozen pizza, shockingly, in a dispute with his own wife over the nature of the pizza they were eating. Sue Ellen Raffy, 42, was charged with the beating death of Milt Raffy, 45. We had been through this 1,000 times, said the defendant. According to official police records, Milt Raffy came home at 6:15 p.m. from his job at the Bargain Corral convenience store, which is located in the parking lot of the Bargain Corral grocery store / department store. Initially, police investigated a lead earlier that evening that Milt Raffy was involved in a heated exchange with grocery store sacker Dirk Schell. It seems there was a number of grocery store carts that were in the convenience store parking lot, and Raffy refused to bring them into the store. He got into an altercation with Schell. He told Schell impetuously that his job title really should be slacker and not sacker. Schell responded that he was, quote, gonna tell Monty. Monty Hirschfelter is the general manager of the Bargain Corral Valueplex. Monty Hirschfelter released the following statement.
We are deeply saddened that a member of the Bargain Corral family is gone. Morton Rafferty was a person who enjoyed being a team member of the cost-cutting value leader here in the tri-state area. We will miss Mr. Rashi, but our loss will not prevent us from bringing you the best meats and freshest produce at the Bargain Corral savings you've come to expect. It's what Matt would have wanted. And if he were here today, I'm sure he would tell you that we have Tennessee Tot Black Eyed Peas for only 33 cents a can.
Upon his return from work, Mrs. Raffy had prepared a frozen pizza. Mr. Raffy procured a slice and began watching television, as was his custom. As he was eating the pizza, he casually asked his wife if she had used the coupon from their local establishment, the Leaning Tower of Pizza. Mrs. Raffy said she did not. Mr. Raffy then calmly commanded his wife to look at the wealth of toppings and the gentle elasticity of the freshly melted cheese. Mrs. Raffy then reiterated her point that it was indeed a prefabricated pie. Mr. Raffy then said, "There is no way this is a frozen frickin' pizza," and began hurling flatware. What happened next would leave an indelible mark in the shorts of Saugerties police detectives for years to come. I'm here at the Saugerties Detention Center for Wayward Females for a sit-down interview with Sue Ellen Raffy. Okay, I'm here with Sue Ellen Raffy, and we're here in the kind of the commons of the prison area. And just like to start off, your husband, Milt, worked at the convenience store in the Bargain Corral grocery store parking lot. Is that correct?
Yes, he did.
Okay. In the convenience store, it's, I guess, actually located on the property of the Bargain Corral grocery store / department store. So is it independent of them, or is it more like subservient to them, you know, in terms of the corporate superstructure of the convenience store?
I don't know.
Yeah, because that's, I guess what I thought about is it's weird. It's kind of a gray area, I guess, because it's actually in their parking lot. Like if it was separate, if it was on like its own land somewhere else, like across the street, that would be different. But it seems like since it's in the parking lot, it's like part of the parking lot. So that would be like, you know, part of the grocery store, you know. So did you have any thoughts on that?
Me all these things. Why do you ask me what? Who else, what, or where? I don't know. All I know is my husband was once like that before all this happened. I don't even like to talk about it.
So, but do they have like this, their own separate payroll?
No. Go away. I want to be left alone. No, God.
This reporter would like to point out that based on this interview, it's easy to see that Mrs. Raffy was indeed a ticking time bomb. You may not think that a frozen pizza can be used as a lethal weapon, but I have developed a little demonstration to prove otherwise. As Mr. Raffy enthused about the pizza he was eating, Mrs. Raffy grabbed an identical frozen pizza from the icebox. She intended to show her husband the frozen pizza and end their dispute once and for all. But instead she snapped, and as they say in Oklahoma, hit her husband upside the head with the pizza. The first blow was so substantial due in part to the fact that the Raffies kept their freezer in a constant state of deep freeze, and also due to the added weight and mass of the generous toppings. In that single heated moment, Mrs. Raffi had in her hands a lethal and very tasty weapon. So Mr. Raffi was on the floor, and Mrs. Raffi continued to beat him with the pizza. Pull out in front of me with your square Betty Bauer. In a scene straight out of Alfred Hitchcock, when investigators arrived, Mrs. Raffi told detectives that she had returned home and found her husband bludgeoned to death. She then asked if they were hungry and proceeded to serve them the murder weapon. It would have been the perfect crime, but her plan had one flaw. Even though it was a supreme pizza with pepperoni, sausage, peppers, onions, mushrooms, and olives, one topping that wasn't included was cheekbone. After a lengthy tabloid trial, Mrs. Raffi was found guilty of second-degree murder. As for Milton Raffi, it may be cold comfort, but at least he was able to get what he wanted on his tombstone.
The Ed Simeon Really Little Talk Show, starring Ed Simeon. Today's guests are the Little Beatles. And now here's your host, Ed Simeon. Hi, I'm Ed Simeon. Today on my really little show, where we talk to really little guests, we'll be talking to the Little Beatles. I'm sitting across the room from Little Paul, Little George, Little John, and Little Ringo, known as the Little Beatles. There they are, the Little Beatles. So, Little Beatles, why do you think the Little Beatles broke up?
Well, we were just being Little Beatles for so long. You got to move on. A little wings to flit to flutter of a bob-top mop-topper.
Do you think that the Little Beatles will ever get back together again?
Well, that's sort of impossible since Little George and I are dead, isn't it?
I thought Little Paul was dead.
I was dead before Little John.
Well, it's sort of nonsense. I mean, I'm dead, obviously. I was shot back in 1980 in December, and, I'm dead.
When I played those albums backwards, and I heard that Little Paul was dead, and he was walking across the street to the graveyard on Abbey Road, and it was 28th on the license plate. Little Paul?
I was dead before Little John.
The whole idea was to listen to the Little Beatles albums forwards, Little Ed.
So, what is your recollection, Little George?
We're not what you think we are. We're cake figurines. These are Little Debbie snack cakes we're standing on.
So, what is your recollection, Little Ringo?
I don't really remember that much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being on our really little show. And that's our little show for today. Tune in next week for our really little show. Our guests will be Little Richard, Little Kim, Little Stevie Wonder, and Little Biggie Small. Good night.
Ask Randy. Ask Randy. Ask Randy. Ask Randy. Ask Randy. Yeah, ask Randy.
Dear Randy, what are your plans for the rapture? Hezekiah, Fort Smith. Well, Hezekiah, I'm glad you asked. My strategy for the rapture is three-pronged. First, I'm going to film it as a reality series. Second, I have some strategic stock trades planned. Since these days the Wall Street goes into a swoon if Alan Greenspan as much as burps. So, if the apocalypse happens, the stock market is really going to go in the crapper. Third, I'm going to breed a race of incredibly tough, resilient humanoids originating with a strand of Keith Richards' DNA I got off a hairbrush that a friend of mine stole when the Stones played in Norman. By this point, my followers would take their detailed instructions and use their advanced technology to reattach my cryogenically frozen head to a half-clone robot body. Then they will take me to my Temple of Gold, which they constructed over what is now downtown Cincinnati. By this point, I will be addressed only as the Randy. You can read all about it in my new book and bumper sticker combo pack. In case of rapture, I will be known as the Randy, Overlord of the Wasteland. It's available now at my ARM compound and at Finer Christie's Toy Box locations everywhere. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of PSA, the entire flight crew, at this time we'd like to call to your attention the importance of reading the illustrated card which you'll find located in the seat pocket.
Searching for more info on Red Dirt Roundup? Need a new shirt? Hey, one stop does it all. And it's as close as your nearest Wi-Fi enabled T3 point of presence or computer at www.reddirtroundup.net. You can shop for cool stuff, like this nifty Red Dirt Roundup t-shirt featuring vintage Tulsa neon. Gone but not forgotten. You might remember seeing it in the intro to today's show. You'll also find interesting info on the Red Dirt playas, samples of our videos, and more information about how you can submit your short film or music video to be shown on Red Dirt Roundup. So get to it! www.reddirtroundup.net. Now doesn't that feel better?
We can't all be fortunate enough to have the Fab Five come to our house and teach us to be gay. So instead, try using the powerful new mind programming system called Gay Ray.
Well, you know, I like gay things. I like gay music, and I like bright colors and stuff, and you know, I like a lot of gay things, but I just don't really feel like I'm gay.
Gay Ray emits a light ray into your eyes and programs your mind with positive gay affirmations. You will hear the tranquil, soothing voice of voiceover artist Raymond Persuasia. You are gay. You enjoy being gay. Raymond will guide you to the land of gay, where you will bathe in its refreshing spring water and bask in the light from the rainbow of happiness. Tight little bums. You will be gay in 30 days or your money back.
I've been using Gay Ray for 30 days now, and I am so gay!
Send $299.95 or 3 flex payments of $99.95 to Gay Ray, 3969 Boulevard Avenue, Franklin, New York, 1000985. Or call 1-800-GET-GAY-RAY, and you'll be gay or your money back.
I'm gay!
Yeah, see? Wasn't that a lot better?